Okay.
Got one more.
This is the last practice shot for Mike. Today's MSC is coming to you from Sunray Lanes in St. Paul. We have Mike Wers bowling against the tournament leader, Dana Wright.
It kind of is appropriate because Dana averages about 230 in this house. So I say he's a house bowler, although we didn't have a house shot today.
Okay.
Your opponent starts with, like you said, starts.
All right. Mike Wers is going to start on lane 3. Mike just defeated Dave Whitman 248. I'm sorry, he beat Dave Ullman 248 to 168.
It kind of shows too where Dave Ullman was lined up on the other pair and shot really good, and then in the next pair, and all of a sudden you're not getting lined up, you're not getting the breaks, and there you go, you're done.
Yeah, he made a couple good shots, but the 10-pin stood. I guess Dana wanted to finish first, so he has to start.
That's kind of the pro thing nowadays. Almost all your top seats let the other guy finish.
You know, Pete Weber always likes to finish first. Nice shot. Today's shot was pretty tough. We only had 23 entries, but only 3 players managed to average 200. And 2 of the 3 players are bowling now. The 3rd player was Dave Ullman. I'm guessing the field averaged 185. Gary, how did you bowl today?
About my usual sport shot of 170, 75.
Well, I have to say, I only averaged 165, and you only beat me by 3 pins, so that means you only averaged 165.5. I have to tell you, I left so many multi-pin spares, and I missed so many of them. It was awful. Nice shot.
I think us slower ball speed bowlers have to struggle on this kind of thing because we don't seem to score on it at all. You got to have. I don't know the answer, but.
Well, number one, you need to actually. Well, there was an out of bounds on to the right. If you notice that these guys are playing relatively inside.
I think Dana too. He just got done bowling PBA 50, and you go out there with the idea, I compete with these guys, and a good bowler, then you kind of get yourself, handed it. So you come back, and I want to show them so good bowler, I guess,
Yeah, it's true. Dana did bowl last week, and out of 91 players, I believe he was like, in the 30s? What do you think?
No, he wasn't in the 30s. No.
45, or what was he?
He was down there pretty good. I think it was about
50th?
Dana, what'd you finish? What'd you figure? I mean, PBA 50, what'd you finish? 70 something.
Anyway, that was another good shot. After 3 frames, we have Dana with a turkey, and Mike has a spare strike and a 10-pin to shoot at. So he's about 20 pins behind.
again, Mike just got done with a strong 248 game, and now it's a little challenging for him again. Games are getting a running start.
Yeah, it's interesting how when you move from lane to lane, it really changes. I've often wondered if we should always have the step ladder on the same pair of lanes. But typically, I think when you have the step ladder on the same pair of lanes, the leading qualifiers tend to be at a disadvantage. You agree with that?
Yeah. It's been proven that way. I mean, how many? Earl Anthony would probably win another. I think he had 40. He got more seconds than he got first. He had 42 wins. I think it was. You know, stands to reason if you just, especially if you started fifth place and you just won 3 matches, you're pretty well lined up, and you got the guy going in there. He's got to get lined up real quick, like, or else he's not going to win the tournament.
Well, a good example is this past weekend. Parker Bowen finished. He bowled in the first game, and he walked through the step ladder. He was so lined up, had a little bit of area.
He had 157, I think, his third or fourth game. He came back for the game to get in. Still got to be matched up. You still got to get, get the right ball in your hand, lined up.
Whoa! Errant shot. Luckily he left only the 6 pin.
And with this pattern, it's pretty easy to do that. You got to be right on the money. Speed-wise, you soften up a little bit. Go to the nose, miss a bit too far right, won't get back.
Yeah, Dana averaged 216 today. He was a high qualifier.
Last week I averaged 216 and that didn't cash.
It's true. I mean, I averaged 226, and luckily I cashed, and but a whole world of difference. I can tell you that. In fact, Dana was he was 50 pins higher than the second place player.
See right there, just a little bit aboard right, and there's the out of bounds, and then they get back. That's the pattern of this Montreal. Chris Barnes on YouTube said that Montreal is you can't make mistakes, and there's a mistake right there.
Well, you can't make a mistake right, I can tell you that. Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Keeps them in the game. And it's true. I mean, in my 8 games, if I got the ball right, it stayed right.
It's been said that when you have a out of bounds, then your gutter is actually like the claw board.
Oh!
If you think of it that way, that means you bowl on 27 boards instead of 39.
Nice shot, but he left the 8 pin anyway.
And there's the luck factor. It was a solid 8-pin shot. Looked like it drove the 5-pin into the 7-pin and missed the 8 with the pin.
So after 6 frames, we have Dana is ahead by 11 pins. And they're both working on spares. Can you tell what he's using? What's
I
Mike
think
using?
it's-
Ask Mike what
I
he's
think it's
using.
unhinged. I think it's.
Mike,
Like, what are you throwing? What's the ball you're throwing?
Marvel S.
Mike Wers is using the Marvel S.
I think this is unhinged.
Who makes the unhinged?
DV8? DV8.
Oh. All right.
You can't keep up with bowling balls.
Well-
Next month, a whole bunch of them are coming out in all the different companies again.
Oh. All right.
Now, that was one, he tugged out a little bit and it sat, but the last time, of course, he threw a little bit right and didn't get back. So
Still a lot of oil out there. You can see him wiping off his ball. Doesn't want to get it on his hands, I suppose. All right.
great shot.
So,
It's probably a must right now.
yeah, we're getting with 3 frames remaining. He probably needs a strike here. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. There's that out of bounds again. You know, psychologically, last time he threw a good shot, left an 8 pin, so it almost looked like he tried to do a little something different on this one.
I should note that Dana has yet to win an MSC, and Mike has 5 titles to his credit. That was a big spare, but he needs to punch out.
Yep.
The best he can do is 233, and Mike was working on a 240 game.
I think Mike's kind of smelling the blood in the water, so to speak. Is that shark?
Oh no,
Not too bad.
a little bit slow too,
Yeah.
didn't you think?
Yep. A little steering on that one.
Yeah, he left the 4-7, 4-7, 4-6-7. Unless Mike makes a bad error, this is the game.
He's been flirting over there. He's had a couple high ones on the left lane, and you know, you got to get the right adjustment.
Hit it again, Mike. All right, Mike asked for a re-rack, and he got it. Strike here sort of ices the game, I think. Uh-oh. Oh.
Okay, there's those breaks. Right on the nose. It could have been 7-10.
Actually, on the last shot on that lane, he tugged it to him and got away with a...
Yeah.
But Mike is playing straighter, so...
It just seems like the champions seem to get those breaks at the right time.
Any count here will win the game, I believe. And that ices it. Yeah.
Might point out too that 3 and 4 is probably the lowest scoring today. When I was on it, I was high with the 150 something. There were 3 people on there.
Yeah, that's true, right? I think when I was on it, the high game was 181.
It shows you how touchy this Montreal shot is out here.
That was not a good shot. But it didn't need it.
No.
All right. All right, that...
Been bothering me for a month. A whole month. I know, a whole month.
all right.
Thank you.
That was title number 6, right?
First game.
At the PBA 50, Walter Ray said, "Where's all the good bowlers from Minneapolis? You got a lot of seniors that should be out here bowling with us."
I was in a conversation with one of the younger CBA players who's in his mid-40s. He asked me the same question. He was a little disappointed that some of our better players weren't out here.
Right.
All right. That concludes the Sunray tournament won by Mike Wers. Mike.
Hold the flag finally. Drop down or eat your heart out.